All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Monday, October 26th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Welcome on back here for our afternoon meeting. Let's get a quick sound check just to begin. Make sure everyone can hear me loud and clear. Great to see the usual suspects in tow. I always say that in a great way, guys, in a complimentary way, so to say. All of our regulars live inside our trading room: Bonnie, June, Cliff, Leda, Greg, the whole team. All loud and clear. Perfect. All right, there we go. And for all of us tuning in on social media, welcome on back as always. So without further ado, folks, let's hop right into it. It's been a pretty lackluster day, lackluster afternoon more than anything. The morning, personally, I barely just scraped a profit. I stopped trading heading into the early afternoon myself. Just very slow. I mean, the market dumped off, as you could see, down 700 plus points, at least heading into the afternoon, making a small bounce. But we'll see how long-lived that will be. But yeah, I mean, things have been slow. I mean, Neo dropped off heading into the early afternoon, perhaps a bit sharper compared to how the Dow and the rest of the markets just tailed off. But for the meantime, what we'll do is just go right from top to bottom, really. I mean, most of the stocks that we ended up trading were on the top of the gainers list anyway. So I want to jump right to this DSS. It's actually making more of a push heading into this afternoon than anything. It's like coiling up. Something big is going to happen from this 7 level. I mean, as of now, it's kind of still filling in sideways, making lower highs, higher lows. So we'll see, but at least it's keeping us interested for right now. DSS, really quickly, folks, heading into this morning, we ended up seeing this stock. I think it was even Friday after hours. The stock popped. I don't have the news. So I'm not going to copy and paste right now. DSS though made after hours pop from Friday, and then in the pre-market ran up, really early, like 7 a.m. early. And by 9 o'clock, this was already dumping back down. So long story short, for stocks like DSS, for stocks like LLIT, that ended up making that super early push, they all started dumping back down well before the market opened. So I would only expect things to continue after 9:30. The only difference between LLIT and DSS, as you could see, well, this one just kept going and kind of just gassed out here. This DSS had a lot of life to it after. So it took a while to get the gears going on this move, but ultimately it ended up breaking under and over 5. Really strong level from that point. And then from there, started to make higher lows, breaking back up, making this trend up towards the eventual high here off 7. At least in the pre-market, we had a really big volume filled, big resistance off 650. So I'm a little wary of following this into the afternoon. Just I feel like something big, as like I'd said, is going to happen. Obviously, we're going to put this on our list given the afternoon run like we're talking about here. I mean, if it's not going to drop, then hopefully we get the big pop, the nice pretty move up afterwards. Just be careful if it makes a pop and drop from 650. This might be game over. But yeah, DSS for right now we'll at least put on our main list. Hopeful. All right, so the LLIT, we were kind of just scanning right from top to bottom here just to start. This one's in the dump. Listen, it's going to continue to fill the gap on the daily chart there. It's not a full gap, but, from what you see, at least as far as the pre-market activity this morning, it's broken well below that. So I feel like if it could only break down below 4 here coming up, it's like a real natural gap to fill back down to 350. Muscle Maker, same thing. Literally, the same exact pattern happened this morning. I could even go back, I guess. Just have to zoom out, but 4 a.m., 5 in the morning, had the push up. Really nice run if you're able to trade it. But by 7 in the morning, just dumped right back down. It had a nice move after 9:30. Just took a long while for it to happen. It popped after 9:30, but I wouldn't have been there to catch that. I'd be there to catch, if anything, really more the move off 2 here. Broke under 2, broke back over 2. Thankfully, it ended up making a really nice run from that point. Got John here in the chat board. John, I appreciate the heads up. He says, there goes DSS, up or down. Making the push up to 650. All right, well, we'll keep going down this list, folks. I'll jump back to this DSS just in between. This MCEP, I saw make a small squeeze back up here, but not really too keen on it. And Duncan, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So we ended up seeing the rumored news to come out. Duncan going to be acquired by, I forgot the name of the company even. I'm going to look this up actually right now. I'm a little upset that I don't remember this off the top of my head. DNKN here. They're thought to be acquired by who? Inspire Brands. I know that they own a bunch of other, major franchised restaurants and places. I think like Arby's, Fridays, maybe even Buffalo Wild Wings, if I'm not mistaken. Just one of those. I mean, they own a few pretty successful different chains. Baskin Robbins too. When I think Dunkin' Donuts later, I think Baskin Robbins. I feel like every Dunkin' Donuts like that's around me, there's always like the combined Baskin Robbins there. Yeah, I mean, still same thing though, right? Just pretty expensive stock, tighter range given the price. Co-diagnostics. All right, so I'd be remiss to not analyze this, go over this for you guys pretty fast. But yeah, we ended up seeing CODX make a beautiful pop after 9:30. We called this out shortly afterwards, at least. So this wasn't really on the top of our radar heading into the open, but we ended up seeing it run up. No news to justify this run. That's what I got from Benzinga Pro at least here. So we'll take it, right? We'll take it. So pop from 13, ran up to 14, made the higher high a bit later on, up towards 15, and a little slow for right now. It's, I guess, kind of near the highs compared to where it opened up from, but I'm not as keen on this either, at least for the afternoon. It's great to see CODX back in action. So I'll definitely keep this in mind for the remainder of this week, beginning tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Who knows, maybe this afternoon, but we'll at least see what else is moving first. All right. So June is following up with my comment there before, right? So he's following saying it's Arby's, which I got right there. Ooh, I got Wild Wings there too off the top of my head. All right. So that justifies at least me not remembering the name of the company before. Inspire, at least, right? Jimmy John's and Sonic. That's what they also own. Pretty cool. All right, not Sonic, but Socket, Socket. Pushing up beautifully, at least for the afternoon, right? We saw a couple of us call this out earlier before this meeting started. So, this was the big move that we had from Friday, not even from July. I don't think that we really traded it back then. If it was like a pump and dump then too, but more from Friday last week, made the big move up in pre-market, popped after the open, dumped all the way back down. So, given the range, again, it was one that we said that we are going to keep in mind for this week. So, nice to see this move this afternoon. We'll put this on our list for right now. And then Jerry says regarding Inspire, it's a portfolio of franchise brands, corporations. Makes sense. ETM, nice level 1 push. I mean, really throughout the late morning into the afternoon. So it's near the highs right now, trading about 20,000 shares a minute. A lot of volume just came in, though, like right before 2:30, it looks like. Yeah, all of this here, 170. So if we start to see a lot of green coming in over 170 on the time and sales, if we have support continue to hold over 170, then I'd be pretty interested. We'll keep this on the side for right now, but I'll see if I add this at the end. Want to see if there's anything perhaps a bit faster, if anything, but cheap, at the highs right now could be pretty interesting. John's asking what the symbol is for Inspire. I don't think that they have a symbol, John. I think that they're private. I didn't see a symbol for them. All right, so of course, with the markets dropping off, UVXY, the inverse symbols, SQQQ, VXX, all the inverse symbols, ETNs, ETFs moving up right now. We'll take a look while we're at it, I guess, at like gold mining, and JNUG dropping off quite a bit. So with that, DUST moving up, not up a whole lot percent-wise, but all right, we'll skip over the ETFs for right now. Listen, if you follow them, if you do well on them consistently, then who would I be to tell you otherwise to follow, right? So, only if you do well on those symbols, I'd look to, put more of an interest in them. But when it comes down to following level 3, it's a lot tougher to follow the volume on level 3 for the ETFs like SQQQ, UVXY, etc. Oh, whoops, pardon me, trigger finger there. ANAB, pretty low volume. OSUR, though, I wanted to get to this. This looks pretty interesting. Looks like it was a pump and dump back from last week early on, continued to dump off, and obviously today the push back up. Tight spread, good liquidity on the book, right there. So yeah, OSUR looking interesting, at least for right now, too. All right, let's see if anything else is up that looks good, guys. Otherwise, with the markets down a lot, I'd assume probably we're going to find more on the losers list. Best, BEST. I just remember this name from Thursday. It was last week or Friday. It was. PTE dumping back down here. All right. Oh, actually, lastly, the SELB stock ended up pushing up pretty nicely for us earlier on this morning. You know, I should have thought about this. I'm actually like right now live. I'm pretty frustrated, kicking myself here. I'm just realizing right now, as I did from pre-market, it slipped past me though after the run up. The stock is shortable. So whereas I say for a stock that's shortable, if it craps out the other way, it would make for a great opportunity. Oh my goodness, this is like a gold mine here. Finding if we were able to catch this off the break from 360-ish, 350, held it beautifully as resistance, and then continued to dump all the way back down to 3. Damn. Norman here in the chat board, smart man Norman. He says, I did a short on SELB only for 8 cents, but money's money, Norman. That's a nice trade either way. At least you're able to take advantage of it. All right, so, hey, we'll keep this one in mind for this week. Probably tomorrow, Wednesday at some point. I'm sure this will make a move back up. He said he got in right off that 360 level. He said 358. Very nice. All right, good. Oof. Geez, what happened to this ALRN stock? I was going to say this looked pretty familiar back from last week. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. You could see ended up making a squeeze up. We called it out. It was a great afternoon trade at that point. Very similar. Ended up dumping back down. You would think maybe it would make a squeeze back up again, but I guess news came out. This thing just got crushed. All right. SAP. I think this has to do with the European tech market getting crushed here. The stock SAP. RVMD. I was asking about this earlier. It was dropping off beautifully. Just not really doing a whole lot here though. 3D, DDD. All right. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling down the remaining parts of the losers list. RCL, Royal Caribbean Cruise. One of our students, Michael, did write this just before. What he wrote? He said back from 221. He wrote RCL down $7 right now, and was lower earlier in the afternoon. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it ended up making a nice bounce with the market there, Mike. I mean, hey, we're gonna put this on our list. A little pricey, as I say, but great liquidity on the book. Otherwise, I might just put cruise lines all together. You guys know I love NCLH. It's not really making that sharp of a move though, compared, right? I mean, take a look at CCL. I feel like CCL is making a better move compared to the two. All right, we'll pair them together at least, CCL and RCL for right now. June says Snap is down after hitting the all-time high. Yeah, so Snap took quite a hit today. Not down as much percent-wise as the others, but ended up making a really nice drop. So Snap's still trading a whole lot of volume though today. I mean, 122 plus million shares. I mean, even after the morning, it was just really ugly. Tight range between 4150-ish and perhaps 42, but even tighter heading into the last like 30, 45 minutes here. All right, we'll take a look at some of the airlines, maybe some of the entertainment casino stocks, but UAL down 7+%. So I guess I didn't find these because I mean, just they're not down as much, but yeah, we'll take a look at UAL. This looks pretty sharp heading into the afternoon. American Airlines, you'd figure would move slower. Delta. Honestly, I like the airlines. I don't know, just maybe it's my gut, but I like the way the airlines are moving better than the cruise lines. I'll still watch CCL, RCL, but I mean, I'm gonna put just airlines all together for right now on our list. We got to figure Penn National Gaming. Ooh, moving kind of against the grain here, moving back up pretty sharply at least. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll take a look at the EV stocks like WKHS. Go back to NEO, of course. Not really doing as much here. All right. ETM was kind of on the side. We'll slip this on the back end of our list here for right now too. But let me know if there's anything else, guys, that you would want me to put on the list, up, down, like 10% or more here at this point. I'm getting a new high of the day alert myself right now on this one stock we are pretty familiar with here in this meeting. Sava, S-A-V-A. It's not really doing a whole lot, though. Had the pump up from Friday pre-market, dumped all the way back down. We ended up catching Sava. I mean, it was right before the meeting started on Friday afternoon. It was right off the 910 level. I remember that. Ended up squeezing up to 950, dumped right back down after. We did really good on the exit there right before the meeting started, but pushing back up. I mean, it's kind of fooling me based on the percent, net change that is. Yeah, I mean, for right now, I guess I'll kind of put it on here at the end. It's not really a name brand stock, not really one that's moving too much with the market as much, but we'll see if it can keep going. June here telling me to take a look at a few stocks here otherwise, like Pinterest, Twitter, eBay. I don't mind looking at Pinterest and Twitter. Pinterest, after breaking all-time highs back from Friday and even this morning pre-market, dumped off pretty quickly. Twitter, not really a whole lot going on there. Yeah, eBay, same thing. All right, I'll tell you guys, I think that's pretty much it for a Monday where we wouldn't normally expect a whole lot to happen. We've had the markets dive off quite a bit, and it looks like actually as of right now, then you can see on my screen here, the Dow beginning to slump back down over the last few minutes. So, it would be a great time to follow the market. If you're able to short, try and follow some stocks that are shortable, that move with the market. Focus on your big volume support resistance, because otherwise, if the markets take a nice bounce and move back up, then could provide great opportunity to, try and catch the dead cat bounce. All right, guys. So for all of us on social media right now, as always, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, notify right on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/cybertradingu. Otherwise, feel more than free to join us Monday to Friday live inside the Cyber Group Trading Room. All right, for all of us inside the trading room, I'm going to post and tweet the picks. Yeah, quick water break here. So I'm going to refill up the water bottle and I'll get right back to you folks heading into the final hour of this day. Take care.